Welcome to your source for research, innovation, news, insights, and commentary. Welcome to your Research Business Daily Report, where we're sponsored today and this week by Nuance, offering multi-language verbatim coding services to help companies quantify the meaning of open-ended answers. Nuance, a decision analyst company. You may have heard about a Google executive who blogged earlier this week that the company is readying a smartwatch. It'll be manufactured by LG Electronics and Motorola. I bring it up here for one reason and one reason only. The Wall Street Journal reported Google's smartwatch may feature Google Maps, allow dictation of text messages, and have new fitness sensors. Those are three really good apps. However, one big challenge for this and other new wearable devices could be finding popular and practical uses for them for a wider audience. Now, device manufacturers won't be creating all of these. In fact, software developers will have that responsibility. So, calling all app developers, it's time to get your smartwatch app tools underway. The timing is right. Apple is not far behind Google, and both were beaten to the market by Samsung's Galaxy Gear smartwatch last year. So, the smartwatch market is here. On Tuesday, two leading industry executives spoke out about the impact of millennials on research on two different continents. In London, WPP Chief Executive Sir Martin Sorrell opened MRS's annual conference with revelatory remarks about how the intense interest and behavior of young people can improve our research and, in fact, even make it more accepted. Meanwhile, in New York, TVB Chief Research and Analytics Officer Stacey Lynn Schulman spoke strongly about millennial workers, their fantastic skills, and fitting in with research operations. Now, we'll hear directly from Stacey in a moment, but first a review of some of Sir Martin's remarks. He said millennials are, quote, the first generation that has lived with the internet since they came out of the womb, and he added, when they get into power and control, we'll see even more rapid adoption than today, end of quote. Sorrell added the industry has a tremendous need for more skills in programming, data, and in digital. Picking up on Sorrell's train of thought, I think we all know where those needed skills are going to come from, in fact, need to come from. So on to TVB's Stacey Lynn Schulman, who was quite outspoken with RBDR about what she thinks is a market research crisis about today's entry-level researchers.
We're all looking for passionate, engaged new employees today, and many times we feel disappointed that millennials who come into the workforce have a lot of expectations about salary, about time they spend in the office, and it's not the same work ethic that we brought to the table 20 plus years ago when we were young and starting out.
What's the problem with them fitting in? Because I think they've got a lot of skills that we in research need.
They do. They have incredible skills just by nature of the fact that they're digital natives. They've grown up with a lot of the media, at least on the media research side of our business. That's very valuable for us to understand. I think, the fitting in thing is less about how they interact with the rest of the workforce and more about whether or not they're willing to take as much direction, whether they value experience, and whether they value, learning on their own. Valuing the experience of older professionals is directly related to your own curiosity and desire to improve yourself. If you walk into a job thinking you know everything there is to know, you're not likely to feel like you're getting value yourself in the organization or that you're providing value. It's grown on me over the last 5 to 7 years. Mostly as I became maybe older, got into more management positions, started to interview younger candidates, and was just simply shocked by some of the requests that you get across the table. For instance, once I was teaching a class at MIT, and they were grad students, and they were all hardworking, intelligent, had great ideas, and the best student in my class came up to me afterward and said, hey, I'm interviewing for a job at Disney, and it's a strategic job, and I'm interested in it, but I've decided that I really like research. And I said, that's terrific. I'm so glad that you're interested in going into research. So she said, well, I'm getting my MBA at the end of the year, and I was curious what you thought my opportunity was to get a management job in research. And I said, well, none. There's no chance of you coming right out of school and getting a manager's job in research. And this person was completely shocked at that reaction, really had no understanding or appreciation for the fact that you needed to have experience, you needed to have relationships with other people, you needed to understand how the business works and what businesses need in order to be valuable to your organization, and you need to be able to lead others. It's more of a practice. You're a practitioner. It's not just a business skill. You actually have to know what we're doing.
There are HR people who would suggest that we in research and in other industries need to adapt to the millennials. Is that the solution, or does it work the other way as well?
I've heard that from HR professionals in many different organizations over the last 10 years. I've also seen the pendulum starting to swing back a little bit. There was a lot of interest in flat structures as opposed to hierarchical structures, and the open seating plan and the collaborative experience of everyone being together and ideas bubbling up. I think young people come into the workforce thinking that this collaborative approach is the best approach, but they also don't have the experience of how businesses actually work and the things that need to be done. And I think the pendulum is shifting a bit.
Thanks for your time and your thoughts, Stacey. And for those of you who might like to respond to her, her email is stacey@tvb.org, and that's Stacey with an E. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Nuance, offering multi-language verbatim coding services to help companies quantify the meaning of open-ended answers. Nuance, a decision analyst company. We have created a link so that you can find out more about Nuance. It's both in the email that we sent out to our subscribers, and it is also in the content box beneath today's video. We hope you have a great research day and rest of your research week. Enjoy your weekend and look for us back here on Monday.